I'm Red. I'm Pink. I'm Norman. I'm Tracy. I'm Tommy. I'm Carmen. I'm David. I'm Andre. Who are you? What do you do? How are you? Let's hear from you. We need you. So won't you zoom, 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 zoom. Come on and zoom, 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 zoom. Come on, give it a try. We're gonna show you just why. We're gonna teach you to fly high. Come on and zoom.
This program is funded by grants from McDonald's Corporation and McDonald's Restaurants Fund, and by public television stations, the Ford Foundation, and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Carmen, can you balance these on the back of your hand?
On the back? What do you mean?
Like that.
Right there?
Yeah, can you?
Let's see.
Do it very steadily. Up, up, up. Yeah, you gotta be careful here. Here. Hold your fingers out. See if you can make your fingers like
Don't
that.
pull it on me.
I'm not. Don't worry. Just keep. You're gonna trip. Here, put your fingers out like that. So, see? Just keep on there. See if you can do it. Can you do it? That's great. Just keep it there. Very good. That's excellent.
Hey, Red, I've got a trick for you today.
You do? Yeah, it's great. I can see
Well, you
this.
see, there were 4 Jacks, and they asked if they could stay in this castle. Well, it turned out that they owned the castle, so they had their own separate rooms. Then these queens came along and asked if they could join the Jacks. The Jacks said, yeah, I guess so. Then these kings came along and asked if they could join the queens and the Jacks. Well, they said, we need a little excitement, so that's what they did. Then these aces from, I don't know, asked if they could join the kings, the queens, and the Jacks. They said it was pretty crowded, so they finally gave in and said yes. So they joined them. It was getting pretty bored and, no lights in the castle, so they said, let's dance. So that's what they did.
You sure this is the trick?
Yeah, and so they did the 2-step. Now, the 2-step is you cut the deck and you place the other half on top of it as many times as you want. But, Red, don't overdo it.
Okay.
After that, the Jacks, the Queens, and the Kings went all back to their rooms.
This is gonna be funny. I hope you're right. This is a card trick. Now we're back to the rooms. That's very good. That's very good. There's just one thing. Can I kind of give me a hint to the secret?
Well, magicians never tell their secrets. And you certainly must know that.
That's right. Very good.
Okay, Tommy.
Can you balance these in the back of your hand?
Yes.
Put out your hand. Like that. All right? Spread your fingers apart. Now you gotta balance this. How about the other one? Think you can do the other one at the same time? Well, you gotta be careful. Come on now.
What happens if I spill it?
Well, you're in trouble then. I don't know. You better be careful. Just be careful. Good. That's the first person I've ever seen that could ever do that in my life. That is fantastic, Tommy. That is really. Just keep it there, Tom. It's great.
My name is Scott Bennett, and I have a sister named Ginger Bennett. We live on sort of a farm in Lakeville, Massachusetts. We have a lot of animals to feed. We got a bull, a steer, 15 geese, a couple of pigs, 5 sheep, some cats, 5 dogs. We feed them every morning around 6:30.
My brother Scott and I have an eye disease called macular degeneration. It makes it hard for us to see the way other kids do. One of the things that helped me see better is my green telescope that I got from the eye clinic in Boston. And it helps me like see the animals, and at the blackboard it helps me, and sometimes I watch TV with it. I'm looking at the sheep now, and my telescope, it magnifies it and it makes it look clearer than it was before. So I can see it better. It's fun to look through sometimes.
The eye problem I have is a blind spot in the middle of my eye. So I wouldn't look straight at something like a regular person would. I look off to the side because the sides of my eyes are still good. It hasn't changed my life that much. My mother lets me do the things I want, and if I can't do it, I just can't do it.
I really like to play the piano a lot, so the people at the eye clinic gave me a music stand to go on top of the piano, and I just pull it down and put music on it. It makes the notes easier to read because it brings them closer to me. When I was in 4th grade, I started, not being able to see the blackboard that well anymore. And it just seemed to get blurry and blurry every day. It didn't happen too fast, though. Sometimes I wish I'd never had it, but sometimes I'm glad I have. Because, it's funny because you discover newer things. And, if you didn't have it, you'd just be an ordinary person.
We go to the eye clinic in Boston, and the doctors there give us things to help us see better. I got some glasses that help me read small print. It's sort of like a magnifying glass. It makes the print bigger. It's still hard to read even with the glasses. I have to get very close to the page.
We also have a tape recorder that makes it easier for us to enjoy books. Sometimes we just listen to stories that my grandmother tapes for us.
Survival with Style. Chapter 1, Living Off the Land. Anybody at any moment can find himself thrown upon his own resources for survival.
Every couple of weeks we go to a 4-H meeting with Mr. Hulk. We have a lot of friends there.
The amount of covering here, so the wool can hide some.
Now we are teaching the 2 new kids how to get sheep ready for fairs and what the judges would be looking for.
So we want the wool, because this is where the high-priced cuts come from, okay?
And you don't want to get in the judge's way, and try and set his legs square. So there's a lot to know about raising animals. You have to know how much food to give them, what kind of shelter they need, how much exercise, what shots and medical care they would need.
Yeah, get down lower. Now the legs are all right, so if they're all right, you don't have to move them, right? Don't you think they're all right, Scott? At least the front. Now you have to keep a look on the back feet too. They should be set fairly square. What do you think, Donna? Which is the longest animal from this view?
The one at first.
Okay, that's number 1, I guess, isn't it? Because it was originally back here. Right. Okay.
None of my friends have this eye problem. It's kind of unusual, but we learn to live with it. Everyone has their own problems, and my friends try to help me a lot, and I try to help them.
I'll kill him. I'll kill him.
And now, in the fading grandeur of the once famous Zoom In, another episode of As the World Zooms. What a business! Bert has picked Louis there to be 2 hours late.
You mean I've been waiting 2 hours already for my breakfast? Mr. Williams, I'm so hungry.
Take it easy, Maxie. Maybe I could fix you something.
Oh, that's all right. I'm not that hungry. I think I'll wait for Bertha.
Hi, guys.
Why do you want skates?
My stomach. I'm waiting for you to break it an egg. So wait. Why did you skate to work? It took you 2 hours.
No, it didn't. I'm a great skater. Bonnie thinks I should be a skating waitress.
Skating waitress, huh?
Then why are you late?
Because Professor Van Dunkhoff hasn't fixed my alarm clock yet. That's why I'll be late twice this week.
3 times.
Okay, 3 times, but to the professor's phone.
Did I hear someone mention my name? Is the elevator broken again?
Professor, have you fixed my alarm clock?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
Well, I took something apart a few days ago, and I had some trouble putting it back together again.
My clock, Professor Van...
Bertha! There'll be no argument in my hotel. I have a business tour, and if you're late one more time, I'll have to reconsider your position in my hotel.
Mr. Williams, does that mean you're gonna fire her?
It's up to Bertha. Can this be true? Is the manager of the Zoom Inn about to show his loyal waitress the door?
Hey,
Will
cut it
Bertha
out,
ever
will
be
ya?
able to get
This isn't the end of the episode. Phew, what can we do? Bertha, if you don't find your alarm clock, you're gonna be in big trouble. And I'll be in trouble if I don't fix the elevator. Mr. Williams is such a... Hey, what's this?
That, Professor, is my alarm clock.
No kidding. Sure, I recognize it. Hey, Bertha, your alarm clock's working again. Great.
Hey, Mr. Williams, you can't fire me now.
Now I remember. I was trying to teach Lucas how to fix alarm clocks. Lucas? Sure, dogs are smart, and he fixed it in a jiffy. Right, Lucas? Double, stop it. Lucas! He's proud, because he fixed your clock, Bertha.
Thanks, Lucas.
Lucas, get down from the TV. Lucas, get down. Lucas, down. Lucas! Oh. Maybe I can get you one.
No, that
What are we
wouldn't
gonna
work.
do? Don't worry. Lucas can fix it. Come on, Lucas. Come on, Lucas. Come on. You can do it.
You
Come
can
on.
do it just like last time. Come on.
Well, folks, you've always heard of time flying, and now you've seen it. But things are still ticking along at the old Zoom Inn. And we hope all you nice people will be with us for the next alarming episode of As the World Zooms.
Hey, did you ever think that you could make a jump rope out of bread bags? Well, you can, and I'll show you how to do it. All that you need to do is save up 24 bread bags and some scissors and some tape. What you do is you cut off the ends of the bread bags so they have a hole. And the reason why you do this is because when you braid the bread bags together, they won't get up, bunch up like balloons. After you do that, you overlap the bags, then you tape them. You keep on taping and taping and taping till you have 8 in a row. And you have to have 3 rows of 8. And it should look like this. Oh no. This. And you gotta have a friend when you have to braid it. Hey Tishy, see, your friend holds the top part, and you start braiding tightly as you can. You keep braiding till you get to the end, and when you get at the end, you gotta tape, so you have to tape the top parts so you can make a handle. And at the end, it should look like this. Come on, let's try this. Or jump rope, should I say. Alright, bubble gum in a dish. How many pieces do you wish?
I know you won't believe me, waitress, but this is a genuine talking dog.
That's right, mister. I don't believe you. And if that sorry-looking creature can talk, I'll give you both a free meal.
You will? Well, come on, boy. Say something like, what's the top of this building called? Roof.
Oh, come off it. I'll ask him one. Okay, what's the greatest baseball player that ever lived?
Roof.
Wise guy, you guys are going back out in that street. That dog can't talk.
Well, I can't win them all.
Maybe I should have said Mickey Mantle.
Norman, Kate, Andre, I'd like you to meet Sally Heckman and Rowdy.
Hi, Rowdy. Hi, Rowdy.
Hi, Zoe. Hi, Sal. Zoom made a guest film about Sally, and we're all going to watch it together. Let's watch. 6, 5, 4,
Don't say
3.
5, 4, 3, 2, 2.
You ain't gonna catch me. She's gonna go around the corner and fall off. I am not. You're never gonna catch Spike. Spike ain't gonna catch me. I'm gonna be all the way around before you even start.
Today, my family and I had a sled dog race, and we raced Siberian Huskies. But many people run hounds, mutts, Alaskan Huskies, Eskimo dogs, Samoyeds. Any kind of dog that will run is fine to run. They run them. The sled that we use for racing is made out of light wood so that the dogs can pull it really fast. And the lines are made out of colorful polyethylene so that if you get in a tangle, you can find your own line to get out of the tangle. This is where I stand, and we need rubber so we don't fall off. And this is the brake, just in case you have to stop. It takes a really unique art to ride a sled. Like if you're going around a corner and you have to learn how to take the corners with the sled, you have to also learn how to control your dogs while you're riding the sled.
I've been racing since I was 5 years old, and now I'm racing 3 dogs. My father races 7, my brother Scott races 3. The dogs really get excited when I'm harnessing them because they know that I'm gonna be racing them soon.
This is Rowdy, and he's my lead dog. I usually have 2 lead dogs. You need a lead dog so that he will take the rest of the team where you want him to go. Usually the lead dog has to be really smart. Rowdy, stay. This is Wolf, and I put him up at double lead with Rowdy because he's learning how to be a lead dog himself. He's only a puppy. Lead dogs have to be really well trained because if you get into a problem, then they have to stay and do whatever you tell them to. Stay. No. Stay. This is Tico. She's a wheel dog. Wheel dogs are really important because they make up the main part of the team.
My brother Scott and I are always trying to beat each other. He's a better driver, but I have an advantage too because I can really talk to my dogs and get them up before the race. Just before the race, I get butterflies. My butterflies feel more like bats as the race gets closer. I imagine everything that's going to happen. Like I'm going to get lost, or I'm going to crack up my sled, or something like that. When I'm right up to the starting line, all my fears just go out the door because, I don't know, I'm going to race and I'm going to get out there and I'm going to win. So all of my worries just leave.
5, 4, 3.
Each team starts 60 seconds apart, and you're not really racing against each other, you're racing against time.
15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Get him, Rowdy! Let's go!
The course we run is about 5 to 6 miles, and if we have a good run, we usually average about 12 miles an hour. When I'm racing, I feel really good because I'm doing it all by myself and nobody helped me. I have these 3 dogs under my command. I can just say something to my lead dog and he'll do it, hopefully.
Come on, attaboy. Come on, T. Let's go.
There are certain commands that the
a sled dog driver has to know. Like G is for right, R is for left, and straight ahead is for straight ahead. When I'm passing somebody, it really feels good because I know I'm better than them at that particular moment. But the feeling vanishes when they pass me the next moment. I know most of the other kids that are racing, and when we meet out on the trail, it's kind of funny because they're an entirely different person almost because they're just trying to help their dogs and they don't hardly even know you. Many people think that sled dog racing is just going out there for a free ride, just ride the sled along, but it takes a lot of work. When I go over the finish line and the flag comes down, I feel like I just accomplished something great.
In third place at 43-10, Mike Bicknell.
When they're reading off the names, telling the times and everything, I get all excited because you think that the next name is going to be yours, and then when it isn't, the next name, and then it gets up to where there's a trophy and they still haven't said your name yet. You get all excited and everything.
In first place at 32-44, Valley Hudson.
Hey, good, Ron. How did you get started in this?
Well, when we were in Colorado, my mother and father saw a husky and they really liked it. So when they came back here, they found that they were in the middle of dog racing country. So they just got started in it. And we have a lot of friends that helped us get started in it.
Say you were 5?
I was 5 when I started.
Where did it look go?
Well, see, from the time when you're 5 to the time when you're 10 to 12, you run one dog on a mile course. And, that's a mess. And then it depends on if you can really drive a sled good, then you can start when you're 10 for 3 dogs. But if you can't drive a sled good, you can start when you're 12 to race 3 dogs until you're 16. Then you race 5 dogs.
What is this?
That's the harness that Rowdy wears when he's pulling.
Is this, what part is the head? This part?
I'll put it on.
Hope he doesn't stop running.
Let's all go 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, please.
No, please. Sit down.
Go. This goes.
Ready?
Over his head like that.
Oh,
It's like
yes, I
this.
see.
He's gonna race.
Oh, I see. I see. Now this. That's pretty cooperative. Yeah.
Well, he's had it done. So
Wow. What's that for? That's what you hook it up to the chain, right? And then pulls it. When I was watching the film, I saw there was a Saint Bernard there. What was that doing there? Just for looks?
mascot. Mascot. Yeah. Evil husky. And the people that come to dog races, sometimes they bring their pets and everything, which isn't too good because the team, you're walking with your little pet chihuahua along the trail, and all of a sudden,
Gets
a
run
seven
over.
dog team. How about dessert? You mentioned.
Don't we look alike?
Yeah, you do have a
Whoa.
Norm, you don't have to fall in love with it.
All right. Now let's wrap up this business and get out of here, all right? Haven't you had enough now?
Did you know it takes 5 sheep to make 1 wool sweater?
Really? I didn't know sheep could knit.
Bad.
Terrible, terrible.
What did the
ate an orange.
Gee, I don't know. What?
Look at the orange marmalade.
That's just awful, 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 awful.
This is too much.
What do you get when you cross a policeman with an elephant?
I don't know. But I sure wouldn't argue with it if it gave me a ticket.
Neither would I, son.
Say, what did the beaver say to the tree?
I have no idea.
It's nice knowing you.
Oh.
Ta-da.
This program was funded by grants from McDonald's Corporation and McDonald's Restaurants Fund, and by public television stations, the Ford Foundation, and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.